You see? My hat, King Geo. Alright. Anyways, welcome to King Geo. And this is going to be kind of hectic. But before I go any further, hit that subscribe button. Hit that share button. Smash it. And if you can, hit that notification button, the little bell right there. That'll notify you that I, King Geo, either I uploaded a video or I'm about to upload a video in the near future. Well, today I'm talking to you about something different that I just learned. So I want to pass it on to you so you don't get caught in the same mess that I did. A few months back, before I moved to North Carolina, I went to a furniture store and I bought a sofa, a living room set. And within that living room set, it said 6 months of interest free. I said, fine, we'll take it. We like the sofa. The deal was kind of cool. So we did that, right? What happens now? Now 6 months is over. Today I'm looking at my bill. And all that month that they say that was free, what did they do? They put it on hold. And then they charged you. So I just had a call with them. It's called Synchrony Bank. And I told them, and I looked at my contract, and the contract nowhere does it say that these charges after a certain amount of time is going to be prorated, or that there's going to be retroactive back to the beginning. It doesn't say that. It says 6 months interest free. So can you just imagine? You buy a furniture that's worth $3,000, $4,000, and they say we're going to give you 6 months, 7 months. And I'm not just saying about this company in Staten Island. This is probably all over, and we didn't even notice it. And if I didn't notice, I'm sorry. So we don't know if other companies do the same thing. And if they do, please leave a comment and let me know. Maybe I was naive. I'm not. I read every time I buy something. I always read the fine print. That's the one thing that I do, especially when they have an asterisk on the sale sign, because you know that you have to read it. So you don't leave, and everybody says, "Well, did you read the fine print?" And the common thing to say is, "Well, who reads those things?" But I do. So nowhere that it says that those charges were going to be prorated, or that those charges were going to be charged back from the beginning. Nowhere. So today, as I'm looking at it, it said 9/29/2020. I'll give you. It was interest in purchases was $109, right? So I'm talking to them, and they said, if you want to, if you want to pay $399, we'll take off the fee. I've been paying this, and I've been paying this for the past 7 months now. Now, true, I know for a fact, or I know because I'm an old school, and I should know about this. Whenever you have a credit card, whenever you want to, if you want to avoid interest rates, if you want to avoid that, pay the thing in full. So if you take something that's $100, make sure that you pay it in full. Because if you don't pay it in full and you just pay the minimum, and your interest rate, let's say, is 20%. So from whatever you're taking out of that, so if you took out $20 at 20%, you're paying 40 cents. Oh, I'm sorry. You're paying $4. So the rest goes to the card. So I have a credit card that I pay $10, $12%, or you can put down $20 or $30 on interest. This house alone, it's $70,000 and 70% of what I pay goes to interest. That's why if you could pay your mortgage, if you pay $1,000 in mortgage, and you could pay $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 more. I mean, you pay $300 or $400 more. You can pay $1,000 more. That goes towards your house. You take care of the interest, and you are gaining. You're receiving more on your year. So if you got a 30-year mortgage, if your house is worth, if you're paying $1,000 a month for your mortgage, and you can give $2,000 Instead of paying the house in 30 years, you're probably paying the house maybe in 20 or 15 years, or even less, because you're paying the house. You know, $100,000 house, and you get $90,000 in salary, and you take home 60 G's a year. All right, you have a good chance. I've seen people make the house payments in 5 years, but they put in a lot of money, and they're very frugal. You know, they don't go out buying stuff that they don't need. They don't go out eating when they're not supposed, when they shouldn't go eating, because everything they want to save up. They want to get rid of the house as soon as possible. The same thing that you do with a credit card. If you buy something with a credit card and it's $20, pay the $20. If it's something that's $100, pay $100. If you got $500 and you don't want to get the interest, then pay back those $500, and you don't get accumulated with interest. Like I said, everything else, that's how they make money. So I called this company and I said, "Why are you charging me $109 on interest?" "Oh, because those interests are from these months." I said, "Well, you guys said they're interest free." I looked at the contract. I had the contract where it says interest free for 6 months. Nowhere in the fine print I looked does it say it becomes retroactive or it reciprocates, or none of that. It doesn't say we are holding 6 months of interest. Once those 6 months it's over, those interests that we have held back for you that you didn't pay, now you're going to have to pay. So if you would have told me that from the beginning, and then I would have said, "You know what, just leave the interest rate there." But the interest rate is nothing. Because just imagine that you buy something and it says 12 months rate, or 12 months interest free, or 18 months interest free. And after the 18th month, all those months that you got interest free, now you're gonna have to pay it all in one shot. Is that interest free? Yes, it's interest free at that moment, but then you have to at the end of those 18 months, you have to pay that back. So at the moment it was interest free, but it is now. So those are the deceptions that these people get, even though it's not in the fine print. That's what they say. That's what they say they are doing. So tomorrow, it's Monday. Once I come out of my doctor's office, I will give Synchrony Bank a call, because I don't understand why are they outsourcing these companies. Everywhere you call, I don't like it. And thank you, Donald Trump, for saying that you're gonna make America again. Every company that I call, they outsource their calling centers to India. They outsource their calling to India. I've called 3 times with Amazon and another company today with Synchrony Bank. You can hear the dogs playing outside. You can hear the roosters, because I know they're doing it from home. They're working from home, but they're not in America. Well, those jobs, Synchrony Bank, and all those people that can be working here in the United States, they're not doing it. Every call center is doing it. It's a shame. But my thing is that be careful when you do that. Be careful when you go purchase something. You're going to take it out on credit. You make sure that the person says, yeah, it's 6 months free, or it's 8 months free, or it's a year free, or of interest free, or it's 18 months. Mostly it goes 18 to 24 months. Whatever months of this free thing that they say they're going to give you, you ask them, is this going to be prorated? They don't know what prorated means. Then you explain to them. So this, what it means is that once the 9 month, or once the interest finishes, the free interest finishes, if you got a 12-month free interest, you tell them after the 12th month, when this promotion ends of the free interest, am I going to get charged for all those months that were free, for all the months, whether it was January, February, March, April, May, June, July? If they say no, then okay. But if they say I don't know, then say no, I don't know, then fine. And if they say yeah, they do charge you, then you're better off saying, you know what, charge me the interest rate anyway, because at the end of the day, all that interest rate is going to accumulate, and you don't know. You could be in a situation that you cannot. That you get yourself in a situation you cannot. Either you're working, or whatever the case, you're not working, or whatever the case may be, and you cannot pay that interest. And then that goes into your credit because you didn't pay the interest. But you said, well, this was interest free. So there's a lot of ways these idiots catch you. And it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to catch me because I'm very astute when it comes to consumer reporting and buying stuff in stores. I read every letter that there is, especially when I'm buying something. Every letter there is because of stuff like this. You know, this gets me angry that I have to call someone. Then I have to call. I spoke to 3 people. The third time I spoke to a supervisor, making sure that he gets more. When you speak to a supervisor, sometimes they waive it, but that didn't work. So tomorrow I will be calling Synchrony Bank and I will be telling them my pet peeve, and I will tell them that nowhere does it say that I have this prorated. Nowhere. You know, I'm not going to pay $96 for something that you guys didn't tell me to do, or $107 for purchases that was 7 months ago, and you guys said that it was interest free. Interest free. Think about that. Think about that. That is a lot. So be careful what you purchase. You know, even in the car, if it's interest free, make sure that you ask, what is this interest free mean? Does it mean that after this promotion is over, I'm gonna get charged back all those interest that I didn't pay, or it just stays that out and I'll start with the fresh interest? Because, you know, they'll get to you. They'll find a way to make money. You know, which I don't blame them to make money, but at least be upfront with it. Oh yeah, yo, King Gio, this is what's going to happen. You're not gonna pay interest for 6 months. And those 6 months comes, and then you have to pay those 6 months that you didn't pay. So you do that, then you go, okay, fine. So what I'll do is I just save up that money that I'm gonna. I'll save up the interest. So when interest time comes, boom, and I get hit like I did today, and then I just pay it off with no problem. I know it's coming. But when you don't know that something's coming and it catches you by surprise, you know, the element of surprise, that's not a good surprise. And you do that, that's kind of, it kind of hurts your pocket, and it kind of hurts you because, like, I was unaware. I should have been known. This should have been told to me. You know, so with that being said, you have to be very careful. So whenever you buy something, be careful what you do and how you do it. And always read the fine print. I don't care if it takes you long, or I don't care if you don't understand it. Try to understand it to the best of your ability, because that's where they get you. That's what they get you. It's like when you go. That's when you're gonna go buy. When you're gonna get a credit card, because you're desperate for a credit card, and they have an interest rate of 25, 26, 27%. It's not worth it. That's too high of an interest rate. That's way too high. You know, you need something. I understand some of us. Some people are trying to get their credit straight. Okay, fine. So if you get a credit card that's that high and that's that high of an interest rate, and then I suggest that you just do your basics. You know, get gas, or do your Starbucks, or whatever the case may be, and at the end of the month, make sure that you pay that off. Because the key here is to you want to pay off your credit card the minute that you get it. A lot of people get their credit card and then max it out. That's a bad move. That's a bad move. Get your credit card if it's a secure card and they're reporting it to the 3 credit agencies, or if you got your first credit card, do it and get basic things. Get gasoline and stuff like that, and make sure that at the end of the month you pay it. You pay, because believe it or not, you got some of these companies that offer you low interest. I mean, they offer you a low limit, and they pay. Let's say your limit is $500, and they see that you're paying on time, but you're paying more. That you're paying in full. They'll say, "Oh wow, this person, we can give this person more credit because this person is actually paying in full. They're not just giving us the minimum." So that means that we can trust this person, and so we're going to give this person more money. That's how you do it. So you always pay in full. If you can't pay in full, pay more than the minimum. Pay more than the minimum. Make sure that you cover the interest rate, right? Look how much the interest rate is, and every bill you will see how much is the interest rate. Make sure you cover that interest rate, and plus you cover your amount due. So that means that your interest rate is covered, and let's say you got to pay $50 in your amount due. So that $50 goes to the credit card, and the interest rate that you're including in that payment. Let's say your payment interest is $11. So you will send $61. $11 goes to the interest, and $50 goes towards what you owe. So that comes down, boom. Now you already paid the interest. If you can't pay in full, which is the best thing, that you avoid the interest rate, then that's what you do. You know, so be careful. Make sure that you read the fine prints in every contract that you have. If you don't know how to read the fine prints, I suggest that you have someone to read it, or you can take the merchandise with you and have most of these places. they give you a refund before 30 days. Have someone read it for you, and stuff like that. So guys, thank you very much. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and always keep watching my videos for new content. All right, thank you.